Cheers, SJ Porr. Ryan Murphy here, drinking a little warm brew. Just got a little Dunkin' Donuts coffee here from the Keurig. Anyway, just thought I would do a little response video to your video about electric brewing. I've been a grandfather owner for 5 years now, give or take, and I love it. It's a fantastic system. I know you said that you got to use one for about a year. I don't know if yours was the old manual controller or the Bluetooth controller that they have now. I'll tell you what, mine originally had the manual controller because the Bluetooth ones didn't exist at the time, but in the last year I upgraded to the Bluetooth controller, and I tell you what, that makes that machine 100 times better. It was totally worth it. One thing I like about grandfathers, if they improve the system, they tend to figure out how to make the new parts backwards compatible with the existing system. Even from a grandfather I got 5 years ago, I didn't even have the first generation, but there were ways that if you were one of the first people that had a grandfather, some of the additions that were made to my unit, you could apply those to that old unit too. So that was pretty cool. Also, I would recommend this just because there are so many users out there of the grandfather that, one, they'll probably stick around for a bit, and there's a lot of support out there. There's a lot of people who, a lot of resources on the internet of people who figured out how to tweak this thing to work really well, or, just the people have had all these ideas of, even mods, if you're into modding things. I'm not really, just because I like to keep things the way they are, unless it's, a manufacturer approved improvement. The only real downside of the grandfather, I think, is the price. It is fairly expensive, but if mine died tomorrow, I would go buy another one. Also, for sparge water, I would highly recommend getting their sparge water heater. Even if you were to end up with a different all-in-one system, if you still got to do sparge, get a sparge water heater. I used to do it on the stove. It was pain in the butt. Now I can just turn a little dial to what the temperature of the sparge water is, flip a switch on, and it gets that water right up to temp, and I'm good to go when I'm ready for the sparge. Also, the Grandfather app, you can import your recipes from Beersmith and Brewfather. That's what I do today because I use Brewfather as kind of my recipe development and database. What else? I knew there was something else to tell you. It's only 8 in the morning. I haven't finished my coffee yet, so I can't remember. Oh, jeez. The app, I have an iPhone, but the app works really well. I just had to pair it back to my grandfather this morning, but it was just pushing a button in the app, and it did. I didn't put a code in or anything, or fight with the grandfather. It just kind of connected, and you can watch everything that's going on as it's happening. And if you put that recipe in, it starts taking the temperature up. It tells you how much water to put in, and it goes step by step. And that period from mash to mash out, it's all automated. So once it does, say you're 1 hour at 152, it automatically goes up to, as long as you have the step for mash out in there, it'll take you right up that temp and finish that out, and then just let you know when it's time to move on. So it's just really good system. I kind of burned out even before I got the Bluetooth controller for mine. I'd kind of burned out on brewing because of just the long brew days, and that just kind of jump started me again too. So it was great. Now I will say, and I'm going to bring this up, if price is a problem, there are way cheaper all-in-one systems out there. My dad just got a Brewer's Edge mash and boil with a pump. It was on sale for $279, and I think right now you can get them for $339 from Adventures in Homebrewing. It's not as good as the grandfather, but if my grandfather died tomorrow and I didn't have the means to replace it, I would get one of those systems. That's kind of where I put that one. So anyway, cheers, buddy. Catch you later. I'm out.